Whatever shit, Simus here. With Top Gun Maverick coming out this week, I am doing my reviews for Tom Cruise films. So here's my review for the sixth film I'm doing a review for, and that is, of course, Jack Reacher Never Go Back. Now, this is, of course, a follow-up to 2012 Jack Reacher, and it's also based on Lee Child's other novel, Never Go Back. While I admit this movie is nowhere near as good as the first Jack Reacher, I still had a fun time with it. This movie once again retains with another director, this time Edward Zwick, who actually worked with Cruise on The Last Samurai. So yeah, of course, Zwick pretty much replaced McQuarrie for I still don't really remember why. I don't know if it was like a scheduling conflict or anything like that. But that aside, a really cool one. Once again, you have Tom Cruise coming back as investigator Jack Reacher, who brings to action after the arrest of Susan Turner, played by Kobe Smulders, who's this army major accused of treason, suspecting foul play. Jack embarks on a mission to prove that the head of his own unit is innocent, and of course, crossing path with the law, Reacher must now go on the IM to uncover the truth behind a major government conspiracy, and he even teams up with his own daughter too, who's played by Danica Yara. You might remember from Shameless fame. Uh, that aside, Jack Reacher Never Goes Back is a really fun one. Some really cool action. Not as good as the original, I would admit that, but Cruise once again plays Reacher perfectly. His chemistry with his on-screen daughter that was good. Kobe Smulders was pretty decent here. You also had some other cool cast members like Patrick Hauser. You had Aldous Hodge popping up, Nolly, Robert Knepper. Um, Nowhere near as good as actors as, let's say, Robert Duvall or Warren Herzog, but some really decent supporting players. It's a shame we never really got to see Jack Reacher 3, but I don't know. The film did not do all that great. It only made 162.1 million. This thing was, of course, released about, I believe, yeah, it was released back in 2016, on October 16, 2016. I mean, it had an interesting stiff competition. I remember literally watching this thing in theaters, around the same week that I saw some other intriguing stuff like a Medea movie, and I saw that Keeping Up with the Joneses. So there was some stiff competition that week, but anyway, Jack Reacher Never Go Back is such a cool one. Really entertaining. I still wish we got to see a third one, but hey, at least we got a Jack Reacher series to go back on. I guess that's court anyway, but not a bad flick. Anyway, let me lead you guys. Have you ever seen Jack Reacher Never Go Back? If so, what are we a fan? Are we not a fan of it? Favorite scenes, favorite moments? Which do you prefer? Do you prefer the first Jack Reacher or do you prefer this one? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notification. This is Simu Sana.